Hello everyone. In the last video we studied about letter to the editor. Now here we're going to start with the second type of formal letter, that is letter of complaint. There have been many times you must have had complaints when you buy a product and it turned out to be defective. You feel dissatisfied. What do you do in such situations? Obviously, you tend to take in some action. You write a letter and send it to the receiver who can really solve your problem, who can really address your problem, your complaint. So, here we are going to start with a letter of complaint. A complaint letter is a type of letter written to address any type of wrongdoing, offense, resentment arising out of a product, service, etc. It is used to raise your concern about unfair things and seek a productive outcome. And you know that it's a fundamental right of every citizen to seek justice arising out of any injustice, and the first step towards it is to file a complaint. And if we are not happy with a particular service or a product, we can obviously write a letter of complaint where we feel that our problem will be addressed and it will be resolved. Here you can see in the board the format of a complaint letter. First, it will start with a sender's address and it will begin with the sender's address will start from the left hand side, then followed by the date. You can see here that I have made red lines in between. That means you have to leave a line. Date on which you are writing the letter, starting on the left hand side again. And remember that you are going to be writing a letter, the date in an expanded form. That means, for example, 20th June, June. You are going to write the whole spelling and the year 2020. Then next is receiver's address. Make sure, yes, it's very important that in your complaint letter, make sure that you write the title or the position of the receiving official to whom you are writing the letter. For example, the manager or the accountant. Next is salutation. You can see here in the board, respected sir, madam. This is the salutation. Then next begins the main content of the letter, that is body. Mostly it is divided into 3 paragraphs. The tone of the content should be formal. Do not use offensive language, slang language. And it should be to the point, absolutely precise and concise. It will begin with an introductory paragraph where you're going to provide the details about the product or service. Also, you're going to mention the date, location and the specifications about the item or service. Then next, you're going to state the issue. What is the issue? What is the problem with the item or service? You're going to provide the details to the cause. Also, your billing issues, your details, everything you're going to mention. Then you're going to indicate how you want them to resolve your problem. You're going to provide the specifications. And then also you're going to provide the details of the copy of the document they had provided you while availing the service. They must have given you a bill, a transaction bill So you're going to mention the bill number. Next, you will also mention that you are looking forward for their reply. And obviously you're going to provide your details, your contact details. This will be the concluding paragraph. Looking forward for reply from them. Then last is complimentary clause. That means yours faithfully, yours truly, yours sincerely, and at last your name, sender's name. Yes. So when you write a complaint letter, make sure that the language is formal. You are not going to show your frustration. You're not going to use a tone which is impolite. So you have to be very polite. Though, yes, we understand that you are not satisfied with the product or service, but remember that the language should be formal. Make sure that you are introducing yourself properly and you are communicating your problem. Make sure you stick to the format. You're not going to write anything extra. Yes, grammatical spellings, grammatical mistakes. There should be no grammatical mistakes at all because they also carry marks. Leaving lines between the paragraphs is also important. When you're changing a paragraph, leave a line. In letters, I've already told you previously also that the presentation is very, very important. And yes, last but not the least, I've told you that before attempting a letter, before attempting any assignment, I am obviously going to give you an illustration or an example, but you also must read a number of letters based on letter of complaints, letter to the editors, or whatever the letters you have in your course, because that will give you a brief idea about how you should attempt it, how you should write it.